my name's Sophia. You can find me on Ravelry as Ichigo Knitter. I'm also the same thing on Instagram. Ichigo means strawberry in Japanese, which brings me to the point that I'm in Japan right now. I'm an exchange student in college right now. I'm attending a university called Kansai Gaidai in Hirakatashi in the Osaka prefecture. And I thought I would try kind of like an informal podcast-ish thing just to share, what life is like in Japan and experiences because this is a place that I really love and I'm passionate about, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of share what life is like living in a foreign country. I'm from America, and I grew up in a small town, and I always thought when I grow up I'd be, like an Egyptologist because I had crazy weird specific interests when I was in elementary school. And then early high school, I happened to have a joking conversation with my principal about, how me and my best friend always wanted to go to Japan someday. And then he looked at us and was like, you can do an exchange program. And we're both just like, nah. So I really casually mentioned it to my parents, and then a couple weeks later, they looked at me and were like, that would actually be a fantastic opportunity for you. So here was me, little 16-year-old, didn't know Japanese, didn't know much about Japan outside of anime or manga or video games, and I went on a 6-week exchange program over the summer to Japan, which kind of changed me forever. I lived with a host family in Chiba, which is just outside of Tokyo, and I went to a language school every day in Tokyo, which meant that, again, crazy little 16-year-old redhead me was commuting at rush hour every day on the subway into Tokyo. It was the most incredible experience of my life, and because of that, I decided to become a Japanese major and dedicate my life to this awesome country. So here I am. I am a junior in college right now. I'm turning 21 next week. Yay! And I'm studying abroad again. Yay! This time for the entire year. I've been here since August, and it is now early October, and I haven't regretted a moment of it. This is literally the most incredible experience, and if anybody out there is even considering studying abroad, do it. It is amazing. So I'm a knitter, which is why I'm on Ravelry, and I'm actually got my knitting right here. It's, what time is it now? It's like 2:20 in the afternoon now. I had class at 9 a.m. and then I just been chilling in my dorm. And then I have class again at 4:40, which is really weird schedule, but I don't mind because it gives me time to work on my projects. Right now I'm knitting the sockhead hat recommended to me by my glorious mother. She is on Ravelry and Instagram as Saratoga Knitting, and she is my knitting rock. The sockhead hat is by Boho Knits, for anyone that doesn't know. Super awesome project if you have like really nice variegated fingering that you don't want to like slap on a sock and walk in all the time. And this yarn was gifted to me by the awesome sauce Sarah Stevens from O Loops. O Loops is an awesome Etsy shop on, Etsy. And I love their yarn. This one is called Sparks Fly. Anyways. Japan, really awesome sauce place. I, so far, have been to a ton of places. I went to visit my boyfriend who is currently studying abroad in Aoyama in Tokyo, which is really cool place. I have been to Kyoto several times. I've been into Osaka a lot. And every experience I've had here so far is really amazing. And even if you can't speak any Japanese, the country is really very welcoming to visitors. Even if you're riding a train, which for a lot of people when they first come here is pretty scary if you don't know how to work the train system, because there's a lot of kanji everywhere and there's a lot of people everywhere. However, they're really accommodating to people who don't speak Japanese. Usually when you're arriving in a station, they will announce it both in Japanese and English. And there are signs everywhere that have several languages on them. Usually it will be Japanese and then English and then Korean. So if you don't speak Japanese, you can still come here and you can still get around, and people are always willing to help you out. I've been studying Japanese for 2 years now, so I can get around, but even for me, it's still really appreciated when I'm lost out of my mind to find some English. But it's a really great place you can get anywhere from here. I'm living in a really small town right now. I'm in a tiny residential area in a dorm, but I can get anywhere I want to go. If I wanted to go into Kyoto to see some temples, it would take me probably, 40 minutes on the train. If I wanted to go into Osaka to go shopping, that would take me like 20 minutes by train. If I wanted to go to Tokyo, that is like 4 hours by bullet train. So the trains here are connected to everything, and it's incredible, and it's one of my favorite things is just riding the train, because it's just so completely accessible, and I absolutely love it. The food here is incredible. Seriously, you need to come to Japan and experience real Japanese food. It's like mind-blowingly glorious. I have a home visit sister. One of the programs at Kansai Gaidai is if you choose not to live with a host family, which I didn't because I've already done that before, and I thought it'd be fun to live in a dorm here. You can have a home visit family, which is a family that will welcome you into their homes occasionally on the weekends, so that you can still experience what it's like to live with a real Japanese family and just real, regular, everyday stuff. And I have a home visit sister who is also a student at Kansai Gaidai, and she is like one of the most awesome people ever. And recently she invited me to her apartment that she's staying at here with a bunch of her friends for a hot pot, and oh my goodness, real hot pot, amazing. Another thing you should probably know about me, I'm kind of a food freak. I gave a speech in my Japanese class this morning about rotating sushi bars. I have a thing for food. It's me and food go way back. There are tons of things I'd really love to share with you guys about Japan. So what I'm probably going to do with this podcast is just really informally just show places around Japan, things you can do here, just videos and stuff of all the really amazing stuff about this country, because I love it, and I'd love if more people knew more about Japan as it really is, because I think a lot of people know about Japan but haven't really seen or experienced how really phenomenal this country is. The other side of it is I'm a total geek, so I do love the shopping around here. I have a couple books I can show you. Probably a lot of people that grew up same time as me will know Sailor Moon, and it actually says in katakana, which is one of the 3 written languages, Sailor Moon, right there. And books here are read from right to left. So normally, for a Westerner, you're used to reading a book like this, but that's the wrong way to do it. They actually are read from this direction. Whoa. And goes like this, which is totally backwards on the camera, but whatever. And it's all usually manga, which this is the Japanese comic book, is usually written in hiragana and kanji, but the kanji has hiragana written next to it, which is basically you kind of learn hiragana first when you learn Japanese. So if you can't really read kanji yet, this is very helpful for practicing learning kanji, because they also provide the reading in hiragana. And also regular books. This is the original novel for Kiki's Delivery Service, which was turned into a movie by a film company here called Studio Ghibli. If you've never heard of Studio Ghibli, I highly recommend looking up. They have wonderful films. Most of them really great for family films with kids. My Neighbor Totoro, again, Kiki's delivery service. And really, I feel like lots of different kinds of people could really enjoy just the storytelling and the art style of Studio Ghibli films. They're really, really great. But here you can see not only is it read right to left, but it's read up and down. So instead of reading side to side, you're reading from up here and going down, which is also pretty cool, and I can't actually understand this yet. Like, I can read some of it, but I'm not there yet. I can dream. So there's really a lot of really awesome things that, like, you know, oh, Sailor Moon. Yeah, I love reading Sailor Moon. This is awesomeness. I'm kind of a magical girl geek. They're really cool genre. Anyways. Like I said, really informal. I don't know what I'm doing yet. But yeah, I thought this might just be a fun way to share, like, yo, Japan's awesome. Yay, check it out. Yeah, so I'll probably insert some videos. Hopefully they won't be too bad. I know the quality of this camera is pretty crappy. It's my computer. I might try my iPad or something next time, because this doesn't look, this is kind of like, but whatever. What else? I'm almost done with this hat. Look. Just gonna mess up my hair. It's got like 1.5 inches to go before it's done. I want it to be done. I'm also working on a shawl, which is kind of my like epic long-term project here, because when it comes to shawls that have graphs, I take a while. This is the Geology shawl by Very Busy Monkey. Again, super awesome sauce. Pattern. I love it. And it's kind of scrunched up because my needles are kind of small, but it's really, really awesome. Each section is completely different and keeps it super interesting, and I'm really excited for this because I'm kind of probably just going to wear it as a scarf, and it's a lot more interesting than knitting just a regular scarf for me. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to scarves, but this way, it's so pretty and I love it, and it's so much fun to do. But right now I'm like trying to like crank through this hat because I've been knitting on it since I got here, which was like 2 months ago. But I've been so busy because settling in and life and school and being lazy, again, habit of mine. I'm so close now, and I just really want to knit socks. I have like 10 pounds of sock yarn over by my desk because I like actually packed my luggage to come here around how much yarn I could fit in my bag. And I brought lots of sock yarn because I have a sock knitting addiction. It's a thing. So I'm gonna get this done, and hopefully it'll be done like today or tomorrow. Fingers crossed.